My 26F boyfriend, 27M, rarely pays for things. When I bring it up, he accuses me of wanting to control his finances. I really appreciate all the advice from people that have dealt with something similar in their own relationships. I'm not in a headspace to be reading comments from people exclaiming that I'm an idiot, or that my standards bar is in hell. Moving forward, I'm not going to financially contribute to anything over and above, and if that doesn't help and the relationship dissolved, then so be it. My only ask is that people are more thoughtful with their tone. For the record, I'm not disagreeing with the gist of your comments, most are absolutely right. Hope everyone has a good weekend and please be kind. Edit 2. I approached him with the concerns and explained that moving forward I can't be extending myself in the ways I have been. He do live together, so we're going to create a monthly budget. In dates we'll go Dutch. I told him I'm not paying for anything over and above, and he apologized for alighting me last night. He offered to pay me for the recent expenses and I'm going to take him up on it. Thanks all. His is my last shot at having an equitable relationship and working toward rebuilding my self-esteem. If it doesn't work out, I'm at peace with the fact that I did my best. Must, as the title says, seldom does my boyfriend offer to pay for things. 9 times out of 10 I'll pay for our dinner dates, activities, big furniture purchases, etc. I'm in a commission-based career where I receive large sums of pay at a time, whereas he has a steady predictable income. That initiated our most recent disagreement was following a week of dates and activities, all of which I paid for. He asked if he could go to the golf him with his muddy. I told him he doesn't need my permission to go, but that it hurts my feelings that he doesn't contribute to our expenses, yet always finds money to pay for his own things. For deeper context, he's gone to the golf him twice this week alone. I don't golf, but I offered to pay for 2 of his hours earlier in the week, and accompanied him to another hour later in this week. I also paid for both of us to go to an auto show, a hobby he enjoys, and for the lunch beforehand.
He's the one controlling your finances by refusing to pay for anything, even things that are his interests, not yours. He's trying to avoid accountability by distracting you with accusations. I'm sure this is not the only area of your life, relationship in which he does the bare minimum and makes you do all the work. 26 is so young. You can find someone who treats you well and appreciated you, and you will be so much happier than you are with this user.
Stop taking him out? Each of you put into a fun fund. Alternate who pays.
When stop going on dates with him. And stop bankrolling his life. It's that simple.
He would just not see you if you didn't pay? I'm assuming you guns live together since you said furniture purchases. You have to speak up in the moment. If you order in, let me know you are going to sell, request half of the bill. Why are you paying for his golf? Are you playing as well? You have to set some boundaries because he has no problem taking advantage of you.
From the post in Moments, it sounds like you offer to pay things, even his own him golf. Stop offering to pay things, especially when you don't want to. Split the bill minimum from now on, or move on.
Start forgetting your wallet. His deserves a talk and an ultimatum. He pays or he goes. Are you ready to do that?
Well then just stop paying. Take it 50-50 or nothing. He makes money, you make money. Stop paying for him.
Use the Splitwise PP and hold that man accountable. You're his partner, not his ATM.
Do y'all live together? Also, how long have you been paying for everything?
Why are you letting him use you? You sound like an ATM at this point. Stop paying his way and start saving your money for your future. If he doesn't like that, then you know where you rank and dump his freeloading ass.
Stop paying for everything. He's only able to be a leech because you are enabling him. Do you really want to be with someone who is so considerate and such a user? A real partner wouldn't even have to be told, and here he is pretending you are trying to control his finances.
Stop enabling his financial abuse. It down with a list of home finances and show him how much you expect him to contribute. If he won't, get rid of him.
One thing I've learned after getting divorced: if you wish your partner acted differently, and talking to them doesn't work, they're not the right partner for you. It really is that simple. Jump him and find someone who's willing to be a partner. He's clearly not interested, and you can't force him to change.
Why do you keep paying for everything? FFS, stop.
He's using you, honey. That accusation is a pretty clear projection. He is controlling your finances, and he depends his position by accusing you of wanting to do the same thing. He clearly knows that what he's doing is bad, otherwise insinuating you're doing the same would be no problem.
Wait, was he asking you to pay for the golf him again? Staff?
See how long you can go declining any suggestions of going out and doing anything that you would traditionally pay for. If he wants to go out to eat, "Oh, I'm just going to have soup tonight." Wolf? Yeah, do your thing. Take yourself to lunch without him. But tell him if he wants to do something that it's just not in your budget right now.
Stop paying for stuff.
I saw your update of, and man, I'm really sorry you are going through this. I went through something similar, but I was younger, and it's really tough to navigable relationships when you move in together. I found that my younger self was just unsure of what the expectations were, and I wanted to pull my own weight. I think in a way I was trying to prove how feminist I was by paying for everything. LL. I know it was dumb now, but I did have to go through it first to realize that. I do agree with those saying to stop funding his things. Take sure you have the receipts for all the furniture items you purchased, and if things do dissolve, don't let him be alone when getting his stuff out. I made this mistake and my gazing console were missing. My only saving grace was I kept the receipts in case I needed to have them repaired, so I had an officer go with me to retrieve my items. It sucked though. Also, don't see this as you being naive or a failure. His is a life lesson, and it sucks that we go through cap things to learn them, but the lesson is the valuable part. Now you will know how to set better boundaries the next time. You can even start now, and I encourage you to do so. It him down and let him know that you will no longer be paying the lion's share. If you go on dates, it can be split 50-50, but you won't be paying for it. His outing, he pays for. If you go on a vacation or a weekend gateway, you both share the costs 50-50ths. I do suspect he will leave soon after this talk just from your post. I hope things work out for you in the best way they can. Don't be too hard on yourself though. Life lessons can suck, but we all go through them. Some of us just have the benefit of insight. I can tell you for a fact though, many of those being mean are really just mad at their younger self for being in the same or a similar situation. Good luck of.
He teach people how to treat us.
Girl edit 2 still sucks. Why are all going Dutch after you spent all this time paying for him? Throw the man away.
Why are you letting this shameless tightwad take financial advantage of you? You're not only paying for all your dates, you're also paying for his hobbies?
You can do far better than a freeholder.
That goes on, is what you allow. Stop paying for his stuff immediately. If he walks off, you haven't lost a thing except debts.
You're his sugar Myoma, not his girlfriend. Do you live together? Does he pay for anything? Stop paying for meals. Tell waiter separate checks. He will be upset. Well, him, I do not have it. I am saving and cutting back on expense. When you two go out, go Dutch. And be firm. If he gets mad, tell him you're sorry, but you're saving and do not have the extra. When he asks saving for what, well, him, my finances, my concern. His true colors will come out. If he gets mad, then that tells you he was seeing you as sugar mon. If you live together, list out all bills, assign a few to him, met up a monthly ledger with receipts. That way bills are confirmed, paid to not pay for his golf. You're in a relationship, not a parent and young child. He will more than likely break up because you're no longer paying his way. You're treating him like an equal in a relationship, also on commission. Bank all you can for the times economy runs dry. Have at least a year saved up, will be tight while you foe, and you will be thankful you did.
Girl, I've been with a guy like this and money wasn't the only thing he withheld from me. Maybe you don't want to tell the whole story, but I doubt he's an otherwise daring, loving, emotional suppurative partner. He's taking you for a ride, and he's not even boy about it. Stop paying for things. If he doesn't have money for gas to go somewhere, go by yourself. Let her be alone that dragging a deadweight like him. You have no idea the happiness I felt the moment I realized I had my whole paycheck for myself after dumping his ass.
Stop paying for stuff. He is not going to pay for his own things, for half his dinner, for his golf, etc., if you keep paying. To eat to places where you order at the counter and you only order plus pay for your food. Stop buying furniture unless it's specifically for your use, like an office chair. Buy your own ticket to places after he purchases his own ticket, not before, because he won't pay for his ticket if he doesn't. Be ready to go alone. I don't think you should be living with him. But if this is utilities, change some utilities to his name and tell him he is now responsible for paying those and you pay other ones. If he doesn't pay, it's his credit score on the line. And if he doesn't pay and they cut your electricity, well, you know he is irresponsible and not partner material. I think you are already at this point, but there are so many men out there. Do you really want to be with someone who is like this? Does he ever plan dates that involve your hobbies or busy things for your hobbies? Why are you doing so many things for him exactly?
That finances? And why are you paying for everything? You're okay with him keeping his money for himself while expecting you to pay his way? You'd have a lot more money for yourself if you lost the dead weight. Well, him to start acting like an adult and pay his own way. If he's okay with you paying his way, he's not a man. He's an entitled child. Your money would be better spent on therapy to figure out why you tolerate being used and disrespected.
In response to your edit. I just want to say that I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself and not backing down. However, I also want to say that I have been in this situation, and I have done what you just did. And he took my card without my knowledge, stole everything in my bank account, and broke up with me a few days later. And while my father went down a very different path, he also played along for a bit until he left my mother destitute after she stood up to his financial abuse. Not all guns are scumbags like my ex and father. But the ones who prove to you they are, by financially abusing you for years and alighting you when you call them out in it, absolutely need to be treated very, very cautiously. You still need to consider leaving this relationship. But at worst, you must lock down access to your money. Change pins, hide cards, change cards if you can, just trust me and do it. It is better to be safe and able to rebuild trust with him, than to find yourself in a horrible position and wishing you had acted.
Stop paying for everything immediately. See how he reacts. Well, you want to start saving money or some bullshit excuse. Wounds like he is using you for your money.
Stop. Well, pouches are extremely unattractive, and that it is customary to trade off on meals. And that's between friends, not lovers. I had a friend who would come out to eat, and then go into a, man. Things are a little tight right now, you got me bro. And then he'd get past when I'd say no. Your due is living a life of field trips and never shipping in.
Okay, you asked for advice, but in the moments you're defending him. That else do you want people to say? You're acting like people can see the 200 other aspects of your relationship. People are going to take one aspect and tell you to leave. You said you've already tried reasoning with him to pay for the expenses, which didn't work. You're naive. If he doesn't want to contribute to said finances, then you don't. But him in a position where it won't be done, then when you refuse to pay, see if he is willing. If he isn't, then you have your answer and he's using you as his personal pygmy bank. Perceive this, that he is unwilling to make the relationship work, leave and then find another significant other. Because clearly you're in the relationship to ultimately control his finances to AT as well, and he isn't checking those boxes for you.
I agree with other moments. Stop bankrolling his hobbies, going to dinner together, paying to gas the car, big purchases, etc. He can pay his own way and bills for his hobbies, fun, etc. He's using you. He's a much doesn't care. You are paying for him to be your if he is fine with this arrangement. You shouldn't be with it. Spend your money on you, outing with your friends, doing things you enjoy doing, without him. Financial abuse. You don't need it. He won't change.
Stop paying for everything.
You're being used. It's one thing if he really can't afford it, but this doesn't seem to be the case.
I would love to hear an update after you discuss it with him. Firstly, I unfortunately believe he is using you, and I have a suspicion that once the gray train dries up he will be a lot less available to you. No. Do you live together? If so, who pays for what? If you don't live together, how often do you see each other and who initiated the dates? Does he actively want to see how you are doing and hear about your day, support you with any issues, etc.? I would maybe have advice about how to talk to him about these issues if I had more into on your situation. For now I can only assume, and frankly my assumptions are not good.
Take a different guy out to dinner.
No. Do you live together? If so, who pays the bills? I think that's an important part to include.
You are either reaching it or allowing it to happen. Will comes, hey, we are splitting this, every time. Met him used to it.